Today we are attempting to once more hike to the summit of the highest mountain in New Hampshire, New England, and the northeastern U.S. 6,288 foot Mount Washington. We're starting at Pinkham Notch Visitor Center. The Tuckerman Ravine Trail, the most commonly used route to the top, goes that way, but we're going to take something a little different. We're going to take the Old Jackson Road and Nelson Crag trails to the top, or at least attempt to. This is supposedly one of the longer and more difficult routes to the top. I believe parts of the Nelson Crag trail parallel the Mount Washington Auto Road, so worst case scenario, if the going gets too tough on Nelson Crag, we'll just walk up the road. So anyway, we're gonna chug along. 8:25 a.m. start time approximately. We'll see how this goes. Reach the junction with the Blanchard Loop ski trail. Goes out that way toward Tux. We're gonna stay this way. And the Old Jackson Road is blazed in white, which means it is a route of the Appalachian Trail. In case you don't know or don't remember how the blazing system in the whites works, here it is. White blazes, you're on the AT. Blue blazes, you're on a side path of the AT. Yellow blazes, you're on neither. Pretty simple. Anyway, up we go. Here we have a junction with the Crew Cut Trail. Goes over to a set of little paths in the Pinkham Notch Visitor Center area. Staying on the Old Jackson Road though, which now we're starting to gain some elevation. It was bound to happen. Hopefully gain as much as possible, especially considering Nelson Crag, I heard from the guide, is actually rather steep and rough. But what's hiking the highest point in New England without challenge? Well, brook crossing and a mini gorge. Which you already crossed, by the way. Oh man. It's probably only about, right now, maybe 50 degrees max, but I already had a shadow layer. Probably end up putting it back on once they pop out above tree line. But yeah, this video is going to be on the longer side. This is a newer route, and also the Nelson Crag Trail goes over 3 sub-peaks in Mount Washington. Nelson Crag, Agiocha Crag, and Ball Crag. So just bear with me here. Alright, we are at the junction with George's Gorge Trail. Goes that way toward Liebskins Loop and the Crew Cut Trail. Again, we're staying on Old Jackson Road. All the way to Nelson Crag Trail. Man, it's a beautiful, clear day. So far, not a cloud in the sky, knock on wood. I think this is going to be a fun day on the rock pile. And also exploring some new trails. Oh yeah. Nice little series of boardwalks. Awesome. Our next junction, at least the next major one, should be with the Raymond Path. If nothing interesting happens, I'll meet you at that junction. Another brook crossing. Easy rock hop. Oh yeah. Nice. Onward we go to the Nelson Crag Trail junction. Under a junction, ski trail appears to go that way. We want to go this way. Continue on the Old Jackson Road. This doesn't seem very road-like to me. Onward we go. We've reached the junction with the Raymond Path. Goes to Huntington Ravine and Tuckerman Ravine trails. Old Jackson Road, 1/10 of a mile that way to Nelson Crag Junction. And we came 1.5 miles that way from Pinkham Notch. 1.5 miles in 35 minutes. Not bad at all. Anyway, I'll meet you at the Nelson Crag Trail junction. Alright, this is the junction with the Nelson Crag Trail. This way, 3.4 miles to the summit of Mount Washington. Old Jackson Road continues that way toward the Madison Gulf Trail. We're going this way. We've hiked 1.6 so far, 3.4 to the summit, at least according to that sign. Oh well. This seems like it sees light use, especially considering how faded the trail sign is. Alright, now we got some vertical gain going, but looking at the map, oh yeah, I'll stop here. It looks like a lot of this vertical gain is just gaining the ridge crest, the tree line in Nelson Crag. Just had to wait and see. Alright, we just went up some fairly steep sections that, also because of how wet they were fairly tricky. So I might take my sweet time getting a tree line, lest I wipe out on this thing. At least not far from the auto road. And yeah, the trail is showing signs of light use. It's getting quite narrow in spots. It's all good though. Anyway, up we go. Not gonna lie, this trail is pretty sketchy at times when it's wet. That again, it's probably the case for pretty much every route up this mountain. According to the altimeter, we've only gained about 1,500 feet. Still about 2,700 to the top. Not sure what elevation tree line is here on this area of the mountain, but you'll know it when you see it. Alright, first real view of the hike. Looks like we're going around that area. Man, some of these rocks I'm climbing up are really sketchy, especially now they're wet. Hopefully I don't wipe out. At least I'm hiking up this thing with the knowledge I'm not hiking down it. Oh no, we're taking the lines head down. Oh yeah. Anyway, if I see something interesting, I'll show it to you. Wow, look at that view we're already getting. Just incredible. Over to the Carter Mariah Range. Alright, let's see, our elevation right now is about 4160. So got a little over 2,000 feet of gain to go. Wow. I'm hoping that when you get to the ridge crest and tree line proper, that it's more of a rock hop from here and not like a straight up scramble. And hopefully the rocks will be more dry. That scramble down there, I actually have to take my pack off to make it easier to get up it. But yep, oh, definitely earned this ascent of Washington, that's for sure. I can also see why this trail isn't commonly hiked. Anyway, onward, oh my God, go. Nice, dry, beautiful, solid rock. And incredible views to boot. It's just gonna get better from here, especially as you get close to the first sub-peak of Mount Washington along this route, Nelson Crag. Anyway, up that way. I'll meet you further up. Friends, family, viewers, lend me your eyes. Behold, the Mount Washington tree line. Best place in New England. One of them anyway. I think that is Nelson Crag up there. And of course you can see our destination for the day, Mount Washington. It's not as far away as it looks. That is Boot Spur. And it's chilly and breezy tonight, but it is an incredible day, sky-wise. Anyway, I'll take a few pictures and meet you further. It's official. We are now in the Alpine Zone. And that right there is Mount Washington Auto Road. I just saw a dumper truck drive up it. No cars though. Surprisingly. Maybe it's closed for maintenance perhaps. I don't know. Anyway, just trucking along up the Nelson Crag trail. Still haven't hit the first sub peak. Anyway, if I see something interesting like this, I'll show it to you. This side mentioned this. Only 1.8 at the summit of Mount Washington. And looking at the altimeter, we only have about 1,500 feet. Awesome. Yeah, it does look like the auto road's open. Either that or it's just a slow day. Oh well, more summit for me. Anyway, 1.8 miles to go. Can we do it? Can we summit the highest point in New Hampshire for the 7th time? Let's find out. We have broken the 5,000 foot mark. About 1,200 feet of vertical to go until the summit of Mount Washington. And I have a feeling that once you get above this crest here, that wind is going to pick up. Thankfully, I have a heavy jacket and gloves on my backpack should I need to use them. You see what I'm seeing? That is a patch of snow left over from this past winter. Yep. There are actually quite a few big patches of snow scattered about the upper slopes of this mountain. Particularly in Tuckerman Ravine, where it's still quite deep in places, I assume. Anyway, Trail and Cairns go up that way. I'll meet you at what's up there. Yeah. The wind has picked up quite a bit, and so I had to put a winter hat, heavy jacket, and gloves on in June yet. Oh, man, look at these views. I think that might be Nelson Crag, although it could be a false summit. By the way, if you do not like false summits, don't hike this route because there are a lot of them. Probably the most of any direct route of Washington I've ever taken. Anyway, onward home. Alright, judging by this mammoth cairn, in fact we're going down a little bit, this appears to be the summit of Nelson Crag. Mount Washington, the first peak of Mount Washington we hit on this hike. That is Agiochuk Crag, I think that might be Ball Crag up there. And of course Mount Washington, still with some snowfields. Anyway, I'll take a few pictures, and then we go on the way to the next step. We've reached a junction with the Alpine Garden Trail. Auto road is 0.4 mile that way. Huntington Ravine Trail 0.2 that way. I guess stay on the Nelson Crag Trail. And according to one of the signs, it's also 1.1 miles to the summit of Mount Washington. Not bad at all. Oh man, this trail is so lightly traveled that it's like almost impossible not to step on some of the alpine vegetation. I'm trying my best though, believe me. You've reached a junction with the Huntington Ravine Trail. Not far now. Ball Crag is up there and Mount Washington is just beyond it. Maybe about 700 feet of vertical, give or take. Can we do it? Let's find out. Alright, welcome to the summit of 6,106 foot Ball Crag, Mount Washington's highest up peak. As dictated by this cairn, probably those two. In case you don't remember, Ball Crag is the only other named 6,000 foot peak in New Hampshire. Granted, it has very low prominence, but still. Its summit is just within reach. I can feel it already. Take a few pictures of Ball Crag that you want to live. We reach the end of the Nelson Crag trail, and therefore the summit area of Mount Washington. You can't already tell, so I gave it away, but anyway, we're gonna head on over to the summit, take some pics and video, then dry off in the summit building. Anyway, I'll meet you at the summit. Welcome to the summit of 6,488 foot Mount Washington, highest point in New Hampshire, New England, and the Northeast. On the chilly windy side, but clear as hell. Ask for a better day. That one time I hiked the mountain in April. So we took the old Jackson Road to Nelson Crag, all the way to the top. Old Jackson Road, straightforward. Nelson Crag, fairly slick. So we're here. This is the 7th ascent of Mount Washington. So we can get down all the way, which is 7 successful hike overall. So we're going to hang out over the summit, some pics to the summit, pick up that. What to do next. Alright, welcome to the observatory deck atop Mount Washington. Again, chilly and windy, but a beautiful day views-wise. Couldn't have asked for better. Still a fair amount of snow left over. Not to worry. As long as it ain't bad on the line. More pictures, then I'm going to head into the summit building for some lunch. Alright, Mount Washington, it's been real, it's been fun. Time to head back down. We're going to head back down the Tuckerman Ravine Trail to the Lionhead Trail, then take link back up at the Tuckerman Trail and take that back to Pinkham Notch Visitor Center. Now I know I have at least 1 or 2 videos of this descent on my YouTube channel, so I'm not going to get too much from here. Anyway, if I... Oh. Hello views. Anyway, if I see something interesting, I'll show it to you. Here's something that I didn't think I'd have to do. I mean, yeah, there's snow around the trail, but here, there's snow on it. Interesting. Whoop. As much as I like this warm, nice weather, it does kind of feel good to hear the crunch of that snow beneath my feet. it was short-lived, but whatever. Anyway, back down to Tuckerman's we go. So I'd show you something really quick, even though it may be in my previous videos. This is the view from the Lion Head, natural feature for which this trail is named. It's the summit. It's just incredible. Couldn't have asked for a better weather today. Now we're going to take a few pictures and then begin the beastly descent back down to the Tuckerman Ravine Trail. There's a skier down there. I wish him luck. Anyway, I'll take a few pictures and meet you further down. We're back at the Tuckerman Ravine Trail. Yes, the borderline rock climbing and rock hopping are over. So now we have a nice, relatively mellow cruise back to the trailhead at Pinkham Notch. God, so that is the old Jackson Road portion of the hike. This is the easiest walking I've had so far. Anyway, I won't bore you with too much of this trail. If I see something interesting, I'll show it to you. Here's something interesting. Crystal Cascade. About 0.8 mile round trip hike from the PNVC if you just do this. Easily at least 100-foot tall vertical drop. Amazing. Short little uphill from there, not gonna lie. It actually felt good to be going uphill. Anyway, I'll take a few shots of this, and then I'll meet you back at the trailhead, assuming nothing interesting happens. Alright, we're back at the trailhead at the Pinkham Notch Visitor Center off New Hampshire Route 16. Boy, does it feel good to be done. Haven't done a hike like this in a while. So we took the old Jackson Road and the Nelson Crag Trail to the top, and the Lion's Head and Tuckerman Ravine Trails back down. Going up was definitely more tricky than going down, although going down was rough in the shoulders. Very clear skies on the top, excellent views, a little on the chilly side, but definitely a really good day in the mountains. Round trip distance was probably around 9.4 miles. Not sure about the vertical gain off the top of my head, maybe around 4,400 feet. As always, I'll list the true number and the credits to the best of my ability. So, the Pinkham Notch Visitor Center, Mount Washington. See you on my next adventure.